Whoa, it's talking show.
New set. We got a new set.
We got a new set. It seems like it's changing every fucking time, but regardless of that, we do have new stuff to talk about. Matt, what are we going to talk about right now? I think you have something.
Well, real quick before I go into that, Ryan.
Fuck. You fucked up.
I'm sorry. I just want to say thanks for the first few episodes of this were very rocky because
It's probably going to continue to be rocky. I'd say like we're going to get a solid format within the next few episodes. We're just always testing stuff out to see how it goes.
Yeah, what we're doing is, like we were doing on the couch, and we're like, it feels a little awkward because we're so far away and facing, like, kind of awkward like that. And we wanted to get a multi-camera setup, so we were like, let's go in this other room and set up a table. And so this is our new set.
With the previous setup, we looked like those like guy friends that go to the movies and sit like 2 seats apart to let people know that they're not gay.
Yeah, it was like that awkward amount of space where it's not gay.
I didn't know that was a thing. I went to the movies with my dad when I was younger, and I looked at like these 2 friends that were like sitting next to each other, or like sitting 2 seats apart. I'm like, Dad, why are they doing that? It's like, because they're not comfortable sitting next to each other.
They're not homos.
I'm like, come on, son, duh. And all of a sudden I look over, my dad's 2 seats away. I don't want anyone to think, you know.
You're like 50-something-year-old dad.
Yeah, it's like, oof.
When we go to the movies, I mean, I've never thought about like, I'm gonna sit one seat. It feels more awkward sitting 1 seat away from someone than like just next to someone.
Well, it's like going to a gay bar and with someone and they constantly look like this. I'm not gay. I'm not a homo. What do I look like? Some homo?
Yeah. Yeah, but like whenever I go to movies with guy friends, I never do the. I did when I was in middle school, and I did when I was definitely when you're like under the age of 17. I think I did it because I was like, I don't know. I think my friends triggered it, so I'm more like I probably wouldn't have thought of anything about it, but I just didn't.
You
I didn't
homophobe.
I didn't want people to think I was gay.
Fucking homophobe.
But it never crosses my mind when I go to movies with you. It's just 2 guys going to see a movie.
Movies are great.
Movies are fantastic. In fact,
You also have to sit next to strangers sometimes, so get used to sitting next to people.
I hate that. I hate going to a movie and sitting like. I sound stuck up when I say that, but I really don't like sitting next to strangers.
No, I hate it.
It's just like I don't know. Actually,
especially when there's room for them to be somewhere else.
Yeah, and the reason the only time I put a space between us is when I want to like, because I usually halfway through the movie I'll spread out where like I will I'll like move 1 seat over and then I'll relax.
Yeah.
Instead of, but I don't do it because it's like I'm not gay.
The only time like I think that I've like sat separately from my friends was like if the theater was empty, then it's like we'd be like, I can sit up here and you can sit down there. Yeah. It was like that kind of like joyful, just kind of like, oh, we have the whole theater to ourselves. And then they'd always like have there's this weird story. There's like this awkward moment. It was like this guy that had a wheelchair and it was electronic and so it was slow. And he worked at the movie theater that I used to go to a lot. And one time it was just me and my friend in the theater and I had my feet kicked up on the seats. And he just goes, hey. Oh. I looked down and I'm like, what?
What? You're crippled. What?
But anyway, so like he was like, take your feet off the seats.
Oh, he was
and
yelling at
then
you.
he did this motion. He went. So I was like,
prostate exam.
I was like, fuck. Me and my friend were young, so we like got up and like followed him, and we walked. And I guess he didn't notice, but he was like,
he didn't.
We followed him like all the way out the theater and like into where, and all of a sudden like we just stood behind him for like a while because we thought he was like, come here, we need to talk type of thing. And then he just like eventually just. I guess you gotta. You're me. This is this guy.
Okay.
What are you doing?
Did you accidentally follow him?
Yeah, he didn't mean for us to follow him, so we just followed him and stood behind him and stared at him for like a total of probably like 2 or 3 minutes.
You followed him out of the theater?
Yeah, because I thought he was like, you're in big trouble. Come here
like
for punishment.
It could have been like a twitch or a tick. He's like,
what?
Anyway,
graphic fun content.
But this is our new set, and actually, we're probably going to be mixing it up more. But we can like hang posters and do all sorts of stuff here, because we did. like that. We want to focus more on the video aspect of the podcast. However, though, if you're listening on iTunes, it's fully listenable without watching us. Watching us just adds another layer. But I did see comments that were like, people were like, oh, but nah, I just liked audio because I didn't have to watch anything.
Then minimize the video.
Yeah, you're not missing anything. You don't have to, you don't have to watch anything. You can just listen. And because we're going to try to keep in mind a lot of people just listen, so we're going to try to minimize anything that is like visual and try to just keep it audio, but with the added bonus of the face cam. Yay! What? Why are you staring at me like that?
Sideways? No, that way. Profile. You have like a long eyelash.
Where? Like, one? Is it on my face?
It's like on your right eye.
Oh no. Oh, I got it. I gotta make a wish.
You still have a long one hanging. Oh, now it's dropped on your cheek.
I got 2. Oh, I gotta make 2 wishes now. Okay, hold on.
Go.
Gadget, go gadget wish. Hold on. I can't get it. Give me a second. Ryan, help. Where is it?
It's not there anymore.
Oh, it's not on my hand.
It's probably on the table now.
Okay, well I don't get 2 wishes. I get 1. I gotta make a wish real quick. I wish this podcast would be very popular. Oh, I said out loud, it's not gonna come true.
No, it's not. In fact, the opposite's gonna come true.
Wow, that's gonna suck. We're gonna get like, what if just because I did that, we upload this podcast, it gets like, that's Chris's computer in the background making a loud noise.
Was that Chris's computer or my computer?
Yeah, every time Chris gets a message on Skype, it makes that sound.
I wonder who he's talking to on Skype.
Dude, he's probably talking to someone hot. Could be talking to his mom. Are you going to go look?
Yeah. He has it up.
Let's go see. Let's go. Oh, there's another message. It's coming in. Hot and fresh. Hot off the press. Chris O'Neill.
Why would they read my Skype?
Who's he talking to?
I'm over here now and I'm realizing how shitty of a
Yeah, you probably shouldn't read it. For those who don't know, the office that we record in is under like extreme renovations right now. So me, Chris, and Ryan have had our desks moved and consolidated all back into this like tiny little room in the back of the Game Grumps office. It's like across the hall from the Game Grumps recording room where we do our normal stuff. So that's like, we're cramped in here now. So if you can, holy shit!
What?
For the people that are able to watch, Ryan walked over with his penis out right in my face.
It was mainly just to see like if you would notice.
Yes, I noticed.
Or like I thought I could get away with it. I thought you'd look at my penis and be like, oh, it's just Ryan. I thought it would be like one of those things.
Well, when there's a penis 2 inches from my face, my first thought's, oh, it's just Ryan. It's not that. There's a penis 2 inches from my face. There's another man's private parts only within.
Is it like a sense of fight or flight? Like you're like for a second.
Yeah, it actually does. That's true. It gives me an instant like a kind of
like a jolt.
Yeah, it gives me.
This isn't normal.
It could. Yeah, you're not. My brain.
Or is it back to the theater thing? You're just like, I'm not gay.
No, it's more of.
That doesn't mean I'm gay.
Not that. It's,
friends can have their dicks out in front of each other's faces if they want.
If they wanted, but they don't need to do it live on camera in front of tens of thousands of people watching.
In front of a live studio audience.
There it is, everyone. Thank you so much for coming out tonight. Speaking of penises, one of my favorite things in the world is when
penis.
When
see what I did there?
People with comedy in their brain that work for like PR departments or television stations or news networks or like magazines, when they hide penises and things that end up being mass produced and then people realize it much too late.
Do they actually do this?
It's happened before. For instance, I have a little story after this. IKEA published a magazine, and the person that was designing the cover of the magazine, it was a picture of like a family in a living room, and they photoshopped just a huge penis on the dog. Like we could show it on screen. I don't think it's a real penis, but they photoshopped this huge dick just coming out of the dog. So it was like an actual magazine, or it was an IKEA like monthly magazine that they sent out and published and everything. And the dog just had a human cock.
I feel like I would have heard about this.
It wasn't in America. It was in another country.
Oh, okay.
But I think that that's absolutely hilarious. And when I was in high school, we had to design flags in my science class. Each table, we sat at tables of like 5 people, and each table had to design their own flag for their own country. So I got the honor of designing my my flag for my table. And I made it this like shitty drawing, and I made sure that I hid an ejaculating penis in there. And it's one of those things where when you look at the flag, you can't see it.
But then when you
once
do
see it,
you can't.
You cannot unsee it.
Yeah.
And we did this parade once. Like, my teacher was weird. He wanted us to walk around the school holding up the flags, and the principal came and watched it and everything. And I was holding up my flag, and my whole group was praying around, and we hung it up in the classroom, and it was up for probably 5 weeks. And one day our flag was just gone. Me and like 3 other people knew about it. No one else did. And our flag was gone. And my teacher came over during a thing, and I was like, hey, where did our flag go? And he gave me this look like, you know where it went. That's what he said. He's
really?
Like, you know where it went. And I was just like...
Did you hide it well, though, or was it kind of obvious? If you're looking at it and all of a sudden you're like, wait a second, is it one of those things? Where, like, it's at the end of a movie about a detective, and he's like, he has all the files there, but little did he know it was the first photo that he got that, like, gave away the whole case, and he's looking at it, and it's like, everything clicks in that one moment.
No, it's...
Was this, like, a special, like...
It's hard. It's actually really hard to see, unless I point it out.
He must have been looking for penis. He must have been looking for an ejaculating penis.
Chris's computer is just dinging. Hey guys, thank you for watching the podcast featuring Chris's computer as our special guest.
Who's he talking to?
I don't know. He's talking to someone.
I can at least mute the computer.
Yeah, you can turn on the speaker.
Keep talking. I don't know.
Come on, Ryan, sit back down.
I'm coming.
I've had enough of this.
Start the topic.
Did you? Yes, they have hid penises in movies. That in Teen Wolf, the guy in the background of that one scene in the gym pulls his penis out, like clear as day in the background. He pulls his penis out, and it made it into the final cut of the movie. No one noticed.
Well, it's not like the studio was like, hey, let's hide the penis in here.
Do you think that when they do movies that have big group scenes like that, it's one specific person's job to comb the scene for penises? Like, okay.
They have to look at every audience member.
Do you think that's a thing, or do you think they're just like, whatever?
Well, I feel like, because they've changed certain things before digitally. I can't remember what movies, but like in crowds, they've changed stuff digitally. So like if someone was flicking someone off, they'd change it. I mean, you even had to do that in a Game Grumps.
Yeah, I did.
Didn't you?
In fact, actually, there must be someone whose job it is to look for things like penises and middle fingers, because you never hear about it.
Yeah.
And with how many things are filmed publicly or live events,
TV shows, movies,
you know there's
anything.
people that would just pull their dick out because it's funny.
Well, I mean, live events, they have no qualms about showing like girls flashing their jugulars.
Here's my jugular vein.
Here it is.
Are there any other movies that have had like a dick slip happened? A dick slip, like a dick slipped into the movie?
No, but there's been movies that intentionally show dick. I don't know about dick slips.
The Simpsons movie?
Yeah.
That was the when I saw that in theaters.
I was an underage child.
I was too when I saw it, and I did not.
So it's okay.
Yeah, I did not want that to be real. When I saw it, I just remember like, no, no.
Were you thinking about that the whole movie?
Yeah, it bothered me.
I remember when I saw that, I was like, did they really? I remember all I wanted to do was ask my dad or my stepmom, who I went to actually go see it with at the midnight premiere. I was like, are they allowed to do that?
I was
like,
just
I legitimately thought the creators of The Simpsons were about to be in big trouble, and like no one watched it before.
See, because they slipped that one in.
Yeah.
The movie theaters didn't know that Bart showed his penis. That actually, like, it shocked me when I saw it. Kind of like how it shocked me when you had your penis right in front of my face just now.
Yeah.
Like I was
It would've
thinking,
been
no,
shocking.
that's not The Simpsons. They didn't do that. No.
It would have been a little shocking.
Yes. But yeah.
Speaking of movies,
Yeah.
we went to go see a movie.
We did go see a
A movie that I liked.
and we sat with a seat in between us that no one sat in because we're not gay.
Yes.
Very important. Got that cushion seat.
I got Coke Icy with popcorn and what are they? The Sour Patch strawberry straws or whatever those are.
Oh, Sour Punch straws?
Yeah.
Those are delicious.
Dude, Coke Icy. You can't go to a movie without a Coke Icy and some popcorn.
I got a cherry icy.
An icy and some popcorn.
You gotta have an icy. A movie is not complete without popcorn and an icy. Even though the way I operate, I don't know why. I buy the popcorn knowing that it's like $6 overpriced, and I eat like 2 handfuls. And then the movie ends, and I've still got...
Wait, you get what's the size?
I get a small, and I eat like 2 handfuls.
I get a small too. I feel like, but then like when I share with someone and I get a small, I feel like they eat it all, and then I barely get anything.
Yeah, I'm not a big popcorn guy, to be honest. I like it when it has seasoning on it, and I like caramel corn and stuff.
It's just busy food. It's busy food to eat.
Yeah, exactly.
When it's good. The thing about popcorn though, it goes so well with like a drink or an icy because it's like the salt
Makes you thirsty.
Yeah. So.
Wait, do you think that's why they do it? So you buy them? No, but I do think
they do intentionally.
Pretzels.
Show commercials and like they used to do like they used to do a lot of subliminal messaging.
Yeah.
With stuff, so like you'd go buy more snacks and shit.
Yeah, because I was in New York City, and I was like, "Can I get a pretzel?" And that's a squeaky little chair you got there.
It's a fucking squeaky.
I got a pretzel, and they put so much fucking salt on the pretzel, and I'm like, they did this so I'll have to buy a drink. There's no way they did that so I don't have to buy a drink.
Have you ever had one of those pretzels where they put like the big hunks of salt, like the salt crystals?
Like globs.
And it's like, ugh.
That's what it was on this one. It was like they were putting icing on a cinnamon roll, but the cinnamon roll was a pretzel, and the icing was just pure salt crystals, like with a little bit of water, so they all stick together. It was like a paste of salt.
Yeah.
And they do that, so you have to buy one of their $4 drinks.
Now you made me think of something that's wrong with some cinnamon rolls. Sometimes they make them so hot, or a dessert will be so hot that it ruins the rest of the dessert, because then your tongue just feels like shit for a whole like 24 to 48 hours afterwards.
That's not what I was actually going to say. I was going to say I don't like it when you get a cinnamon roll from Cinnabon or just any pastry, and they put icing on it, and it's too hot, and the icing just becomes liquid and just kind of, and then there's no like thick icing on top. It's just a liquid. It's like someone came on it.
It's like, where do I live in? Saudi Arabia or some shit?